What is going on, everybody? Downshift JR Jr. for short. Colin and Nigel here with you, bringing you another review. Today we have the 2023 M5 Competition. This also has the driver's assist package and the performance package. Did I get it? And I feel like I'm missing one. The competition package, performance package, the executive package as well is the last one I'm missing. So if we take a look at this thing, I would say overall it's pretty subtle. It's elegant, and I don't know, I asked Matt this. I said, does it look like a $125,000 car? Because that is the price tag.
No.
It's like,
not really.
You can get an LC and some with that amount of money, but...
Yeah, but the M5's always been about subtlety.
Right.
You got E39 as classic, subtle, understated.
So with the competition comes the shadow line trim. So basically all of your chrome bits, like this chrome bit here along the sides, are all basically black.
Wing mirrors, window treatments.
Yep, we have the badge.
The anniversary roundel.
Yes, what is it, 50?
I think it's 50 years of
M? 50 years.
Now we're going to get it wrong, and everyone's going to be mad. Shadow line.
Yeah, looks good.
LEDs.
You have LEDs. Not lasers. If we go along the side this way, we have some Pirelli P0 tires on some 20-inch wheels. They look pretty good. You get a big brake kit as well. M Performance there. They look.
You can get carbon
really
ceramics,
good.
but don't, because that's stupid. Unless you really track the car like a lot.
Competition badge here as well.
Which is a lie. It's
Murdered
not functional.
Out. No, yeah, the arrow isn't functional.
M snaggletooth wing mirror.
The roof is not carbon fiber. It's a pity, isn't it?
So if it's not carbon fiber, what is it?
It's fucking metal.
It's metal! Breaking news, everyone.
Oh,
it's a metal roof.
This is my favorite part. M5 comes with this awesome, really subtle spoiler. I mean, this basically just explains what the car is. It is so subtle. The rear is probably my favorite part. You have a nice looking diffuser, quad tips, valved exhaust. So you have quiet or quieter mode. No loud, unfortunately, but we'll talk about that.
Why have you walked 7 blocks away from the car?
Have I? Sorry. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But to me, it just looks like a 5 Series. I just wish it was, you know, I wouldn't get this car black. I think I would get a louder color, personally, if it was me. I understand that it's subtle, it's elegant. I understand the design philosophy behind it, but I would personally, I'd want my $125,000 car to be a little louder.
I can understand that. But the boot's good.
Yeah, so we'll show you that. It is absolutely massive.
She's deep. Look at that.
Yeah, so if I were to just show you how deep it is, and I mean, this, I could honestly sleep here pretty comfortably.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Don't close it on me. Bruh.
All right, let's go for a drive.
All right, let me out.
See, it's funny because I'm sure the mic is picking him up, but I can't really hear him at all.
Matt.
You're good. It's not comfortable is what you're saying.
I mean, it is, but what if I was claustrophobic?
You'd be fine.
I'm not, but...
It's called exposure therapy, mate. I'm helping you out. All right, behind the wheel of the M5, well, not behind the wheel, but on the interior, it is very similar to the exterior in the sense that it is very subtle. All of the BMW interiors are largely the same, so this is very reminiscent of like an X5, a lot of other things. I mean, there's subtle differences, like the 8 Series has 2 bits that come up this way. This is a little bit more open, but I mean, you're getting largely the same experience from an interior perspective across the range, which is either a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. If you bought 2 Series, then you've got a lot of interior for your money. If you've bought 7 Series, you've cocked up. This, in the M5, I think works. But again, it's not dramatic, similar to the exterior. It's very subtle, it just works, but everything is built well. I mean, I can't shake this. In a Mercedes, this would be creaking and rattling all over the place. An Audi would have a lot more gloss black. Now, this does have a lot of gloss black right here, and you're like, this has been a fucking nightmare to deal with, the gesture controls.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
That,
being behind the wheel, talking, you know, delivering my piece to camera, I'm a hand talker. So the fact that I'm constantly adjusting the fucking gesture controls drives me absolutely mad.
12.3 screen, touchscreen, and you can use this
Right.
center.
Right, so it's iDrive 7, which is fine. I've not got a problem with iDrive 7, but the new cars, the i4, iX, the new 3 Series for 2023 has iDrive 8. So it is technically the older system, but it is still perfectly fine. You can go to M mode, you can configure your M1 and M2 buttons on the steering wheel. So you can preset whatever you want there. You can preset what you want your head-up display to look like, your brightness and that sort of thing. And of course your instrument panel as well. Now I like to go into setup here, and I can control all of the stuff. I like Sport Plus for my engine response, throttle response. I love to leave my chassis in comfort mode because everything else is far too stiff, especially on these terrible West Dallas roads. And then adding some heft into the steering is good. I will say there's not a lot of feedback, but we'll talk about that behind the wheel. So you have to turn traction control off, which would be here. And then, we're not going to do this right now, but that's how you would go into 4-wheel drive sport, which sends more power to the back, and then 2-wheel drive for, you know, your slides or whatever you want to do for drifting. It is nice to have this button here to control all of your safety suite features. All of this is kind of like touch sensitive here. You can see it on the screen. I'm not pushing anything, but it's just showing up. All of your HVAC climate control, just terrible, just terrible. But you do have heated seat and cooled seat. You can have it both on at the same time, which is just weird, but
That is,
I guess
that
cool,
is interesting. Yeah.
whatever.
That's part of the executive package to get the, I think just standard is heat and heated steering wheel. The executive package you get cooled and massaged, and then the rear also get heated seats.
Right, you also have massaging seat. So I hit this button over here on my door, which is very Mercedes, and I can control exactly where I want my hips activated, because I haven't had my hips activated in quite some time. But you can do a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's not going to be like seeing a masseuse, but it's, you know, it's a car massage. What do you want? You've got wireless charging pad down here, dual cup holders, a USB-C right here. It's traditional USB-A rather, sorry. 12 volt, and then again, a lot of piano black here. Now this is of course where you control your ZF 8-speed gearbox. You can control the shift intensity here, which is really nice. You don't get that on really anything else. I think maybe in an AMG you do. But again, it's gloss black, high traffic area, it's not great.
USB-C there.
USB-C. All of the Germans do like the split opening, which, sure, whatever. I will say, pull up the cameras, which is just nice. This is not what I wanted, sorry. Go into reverse. Then of course you've got different camera angles, and then we can do the 360 view, or the 3D view, which again, now that I want the gesture control to work, guess what? Guess what, mate? No, not for you. Nope, it's not going to work that way. Nice try. So you have to actually click, which is stupid. Then you've got backup assistant. So what it does is the car remembers now. See, look at this. I've got green on here. It's going to remember how I got in here, and it's going to take me the opposite way. So this is how shaky Polo drives all the time.
Wow.
But it's just going to go. I'm not touching brake. I'm not touching gas very close to my car.
Who did that? Who pulled up so close to your car?
But look, I mean, it's just cool, right?
That is cool.
It's just cool. Now I'm going to stop here because we don't need to continue to do this. But it's just kind of fun. So we'll turn that off. Yes, I know, you've done a good job. But yeah, so you do get some cool gimmicks in here. Heated steering wheel. And then again, this is being the M5, the 5 Series, the whole point is to have a nice, practical, usable back seat. So you have decent enough room. Myself at 6'1", Polo about 5'9", he would probably fit back there better. But you've got heated seat back there, you've got USB-Cs back there, air vents, really cheap cup holders, and then all the window shades you could possibly want. Again, about 6 inches taller than Polo. 2-3 inches of knee room. Not bad, not amazing, but not bad. You've got air vents in the B pillars as well as your center console, because this is a luxury car. But yeah, I mean, look at this.
Quad climate control.
You've got this, as well as this, and the back also goes up. And then the nice thing, you can show them under here, right? Show them right here. Underneath, no, underneath, yeah, so that will flash, indicating that the door is open, if it wasn't already obvious. M5, pin it. Oh my God, it's fast. Oh my God, is it fast?
Yeah, it is.
We've got the chassis in comfort and it's still just thunking over everything.
Yeah, it's pretty stiff.
It is stiff. So actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, moving the teeth or the levels up on your gearbox makes a huge difference in terms of how the car feels from a personality perspective.
Yeah.
Dial back into like lazy mode, one mode, it's just like, whatever.
Yeah, even in Sport Plus with the engine, it doesn't.
Right.
You have to dial this in all the way up.
You've got to dial it up. The shift ferocity, it's there.
It hangs you in gears longer.
You get the burbles.
So yeah,
it's just good.
We have the exhaust on loud mode right now, or I guess we have the valves open. It's definitely not as loud as like the LC. It doesn't sound as good to me as the LC 500.
Right.
I wish that when
also
this was
turbo.
I wish that when this was open though, it sounded a little bit better. I think they could have made and we have the M competition exhaust on here as well.
Right.
It's
so
still pretty quiet.
Let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we go a little bit further, because I feel like we're going to get on a tangent pretty quickly here. So what we got? We got 4.4 litre twin turbocharged V8, 617 horsepower, 553 pound-foot. Now that's 17 more horsepower than the base M5. Yes.
Yeah.
But the same amount of torque.
Yes.
Which is interesting, because typically when you get a lot more torque from turbocharged when you do some tuning. But anyway, so the thing that they've tried to do in 2021, which was the facelift for this car about 2 years ago, is they tried to differentiate the base M5 from the competition. So they made the dampers and everything else like 10% stiffer. So your rebound rates, all of that is going to be a little bit stiffer. And you really do feel that. The personality is, it's just fast. It's just fast. You're not hurting for power anywhere. It's just powerful. But it is stiff, isn't it?
It is very stiff.
It's pretty stiff.
So, you want that in a corner, and it feels good in a corner, but when you're just driving down the road on a regular road, it doesn't feel, it does feel just a little bit harsh. It is, just talking about how quick it is, 0 to 60 in about 2.8 seconds, so it is blisteringly quick.
Right, I believe when this F90 generation came out in like 2018 or wherever it was, this was the first petrol car to get to 60 in under 3 seconds. First petrol sedan to go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and it's just crazy. It's because of the xDrive, right? So yeah, when you add xDrive, you're adding weight, you're adding complexity, so naturally it's going to not feel quite as dynamic or sharp. But that is the reason people are buying cars. Why? Because it has a big horsepower number and it has a little 0 to 60 number. We've been on the internet. We know that's why people buy cars.
Yeah.
So this is what BMW have done, which they've made it perfectly proficient on paper, and it just feels a little flabby behind the wheel. It's clinically fast, right? It's clinically fast. The gearbox is sharp. That helps, but there's just not as much drama or personality, I think, that comes through as much.
I think it handles well, like as well as a sedan could, and a heavy sedan at that. But you're right. I think you just wanted to have a bit more fuzz and personality. Like it just
hangs gear. Sorry.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. I really like how you can put this thing in two-wheel drive. If you were trying to get more of a sports feeling while you were driving, try and get more of a dynamic feel to it. Or you could keep it, or you could put it in four-wheel drive sport as well.
Right, and you can still get a little bit sideways with four-wheel drive on. It's just a bit safer. To have a two-wheel drive, you feel a little bit more ragged edge, which would probably give you a little bit more sense of drama, which would make you feel a little bit more tied to the car. Right, but with four-wheel drive on, I know that no matter where my steering angle is, no matter where my throttle input is, I'm going to be fine. The car's going to take care of me.
Right.
Having it in two-wheel drive adds a little bit of fear back in, and I think that that's nice. But yeah, there's really nothing about this car that I don't like. You know, if you wrote everything down, every attribute about this car on paper,
you like it.
I would go through and be like, yep, I want that, tick that box, it's good, yes? But then, it's just again, it's like 95% there. It's just, maybe it's an exhaust tone, maybe it's just something here, but it just does everything so well. And you know me, I like weird cars. And I think inherently weird cars are flawed. So to have something that's perfect is not.
Right. No,
you know what I mean?
It makes sense.
You know what I mean?
This is a stockbroker on New York Boulevard.
Yeah, he's not got time. He's a day trader. He's not got time to work on driving technique. He's just got time to go to the club and do cocaine off of booty cheeks, I guess. I don't know.
And go very
whatever
quickly.
people on Wall Street do. That's what I'm made to believe. But yeah, I mean, the power is lethal. The gearbox is really, really good without needing to be a dual clutch. And the ZF units on BMWs, the shift logic is just fantastic. The braking is fantastic. The damping is a bit stiff. That again is something that they tried to work on. In comfort, it was supposed to be smoother, but it's just, I mean, we were in the Audi S8, and that does, stiff really well, and it also leans back really well. This doesn't lean back quite as well. But other than that, I mean, it sounds pretty good, not perfect, but it's hard to fault this car for anything. So I think my question to you then would be, this E63 Audi RS7.
I'd probably go with an RS7.
RS7.
Or the E63 wagon.
Okay, well that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Would you have this or E63 wagon or RS6 Avant?
Probably RS6. RS.
So my man's is an Audi boy.
Yeah,
we've just found out.
Yes. Had an Audi, so I had
But yes.
What would you pick?
I think to me, I've always got a soft spot for the AMGs, right? Just because they're just brutal sounding.
Yeah,
There's more theatre to them. And then the Audi, it's just got too much piano black for me, although you can option it differently, but that RS6 just looks mega.
What about this or like a Panamera?
I don't know, I haven't driven the Panamera.
This or a Macan?
Oh, these don't really compete, do they?
No, but I'm just saying, like, they're both four-door.
I'd have this.
Four-door.
Over a Macan GTS that we drove, I'd have this.
Would you really?
Yes, I would. Because it's V8. Oh, God. See, the brakes are good.
They work well.
So yeah, I would have this. I really like the AMG for the drama and the theatre. But this is just, I mean, it's just good. You're never going to be disappointed behind the wheel of this thing in terms of just absolute pace and speed.
It does melt your face off fast, for sure.
Yes. Anything else we missed?
I don't think so.
No? All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been the BMW M5 in competition spec.